And I also don't like driving. I've had many bad, as a kid who worked in TV, driving in New York City is the worst thing in the world,
Yes.
especially when you're not a confident driver. And like
I'm a confident driver and I
I'm
hate
not,
driving in the
and
city.
I've gotten into accidents. I drove for love and hip hop, and
You drove for love it. I would love imagine
I have one good one for
being
you.
a rapper and you get in the car and you're the all right.
I have one good one.
All right.
I was working the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reunion, but they shot it in New York, and I did like 3 or 4 trips the whole day, and I was super nervous and like can't believe I even like did it, back and forth from the airport to the hotel, da da da, and I didn't live in the city yet, and the last people that got in my car, it was her name Mama D.
Yeah.
I forget. She's Little Scrappy's mom.
Okay.
It was Mama D, this woman who's like the fiance of Benzino, and then Benzino, and like it was super tired. It was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. I was on like hour 14 of working. It was like my 3rd or 4th day working on this for this company in general, and they kept like apologizing to me and da da da, and then like started like raining and thundering, and like my GPS stopped working, and I said like, "Do you guys mind if I put on music?" I was like so nervous. I was like, "Do you guys mind if I put on music to like zone in?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want to see what a white boy like you listens to." But like I had I had a very good hip hop playlist, so he was pretty shocked. But then my GPS shit the bed, so he was like trying to help me, but like
Coyle Ray's dad.
I did not know that until you just said that.
Oh,
That's
really?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's Coyle Ray's dad.
And then fucking you know, like when you first get off a plane and you like have your phone off. I guess like this woman didn't have any service, so it's like me, a producer, and the 3 of them in the back, and I'm like really nervous in general. I'm tired. It's raining now and thundering and lightning and all this shit, and I feel like it's like a very contrived show.
Yeah.
They know how to like get people
Yeah.
egged on and stuff. But like she got a text from like an ex-boyfriend who was like his best friend, and it definitely was like a very like sexual picture, and she showed it to him in the car. He didn't think it was funny. She was giggling, and like we had just gotten into Manhattan, and he was like, "Get me out of this car." And I was like, "What do I do?" The producer's like, "Just keep driving." And he was like, "Get me out of this car. Get me out of this car. I don't want to be in here. Da da da." I was like, "What do I do?" And she was like, "Well, do the locks." And I was like, "It's a rental car. The child locks are on." I couldn't do anything. I was like pressing it. I didn't know what to
You're
do. I'm
locking
freaking out.
Benzino in
It's
a
now
car.
like midnight at this point.
You're
or like
kidnapping
it's like
Benzino.
midnight. And I was like, "What do I do? What do I do?" And he was like punching the window, and he's like, "Get me out of this car," and all this shit. I was like freaking the fuck out. And the producer said to me, "At the next red light, just get out and open up the door quietly, like a little bit, and see what happens." And he jumped out. And like, but as I was starting to drive, so it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of Midtown. And then I guess like he thought that he jumped out when we were really close, but we weren't. So then he like started chasing us. And then we get to the front of the hotel, and I'm so scared and so freaked out. He was screaming a lot. Then I stop and I hit the brakes, and I'm sitting there and I'm like just trying to compose myself. And everyone gets out of the car, and then she hadn't gotten out of the car yet, and then he gets back in the car, and I was like, just don't get back in the car. And they were like fighting with each other and talking and da da da. And the producer was like, "Do you want to take a break? Like you can go inside and get a glass of water from the hotel and all this and that." And I forgot to put the car in park, and I was in front of a fire truck. And I've never picked up and put down my foot so fast I missed it by like a centimeter. Put it in park, went in, and Lil Scrappy's mom was like, "Now you know this shit's real." And I was like, "It's my 3rd day. I didn't know what the fuck was going on." And then like I called my boss, and I was like, he goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I'm a little shook up, da da da. And he was like, "Where do you live?" And I was like, "I don't live in the city." And I was like, "I already missed all the trains home and blah blah blah." And he goes, "Well, we have like a 6 a.m. call time." And I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "This one of the guests didn't show up. Do you want his hotel room for the next 2 days?" His name's Wacka Flacka. That's what he said to me on the phone. And like I didn't have clothing, so like they let me buy clothes in the morning and like all this stuff. But like I got
Gucci down.
but I guess like everybody, I guess they told everybody what happened. And the crew from Atlanta like had come up to do like the BTS behind the scenes shoots.
Yeah.
And like I got to this hotel and they were like all at the hotel bar like applauding me. And I was like scared shitless. But the funniest part was when I went to go drive the car and park up where the hotel was.
Yeah.
Benzino got out and dapped me and goes, "Yo, that was a fucking funny, crazy ride, huh?" And I was like shaking. Like I was like, this was not funny at all.
Yeah, you're like, I thought I was gonna die.
I just kept myself and then like the next day there was like it was all out brawl and they had to kick the audience out and like people they were throwing bottles at each other.
So the shit's real.
Like it was really, really real. And like I was just like, oh my God, that all started in the car the night before.
You're like, this is because I couldn't unlock the doors.
So I don't like driving in New York City.
Right guy.